Okay, I guess we can start. Welcome to Skyway Invest Group business opportunity presentation, which is recorded on 23rd of January 2019. I hope this video will help you to refresh your knowledge and the information about the Skyway Invest Group and what we are offering. For those who will see this for the first time, please sit back and just be with me for the next 40 to 50 minutes. If you have any questions afterwards, please write them down. Well, write down the questions while I'm doing the presentation, and then go back to the person who whether shared this presentation with you or it was just myself, then come back to me and we will clarify the questions or the, I don't know, different thoughts that you might have after watching this presentation. But I really hope this presentation will give you the answers on all your questions, or at least 90%. So what you can expect from this presentation, the agenda is that we will have to speak a little bit about the dreams versus reality, Skyway Invest Group, education that we are providing, also Skyway technology, so the project that we are supporting today via Skyway Invest Group platform, also the business opportunities for those who want to get involved in the business, so not just to be a silent supporter but active supporter, and also upcoming events. As I said, please be open-minded, sit back, switch off the phone, switch off the TV, try to avoid any distractions or get rid of all the distractions that you might have for the next 40 to 50 minutes. Be optimistic, be open-minded, listen to what I'm saying or trying to deliver, be willing to learn, as I said, write it down, and also think outside the box. This opportunity might not be for you, but I will do my best to show the vision and show the mission of our company. So who I am. My name is Anete Martinson, and I'm in the business since 2014. So I was one of those big risk takers in 2014 when we didn't have anything and the company was just funded. I'm the manager in Skyway Invest Group since, so I have 2 different ranks. Also the qualified master profit coach, and therefore the education and training director. I really love the self-development and trainings in different educational programs where we can develop ourselves even after we have finished the school. So I'm very passionate about that. Also, I'm an international speaker, been attending different conferences and events done by Skyway Invest Group, so really excited about that as well. And also, obviously, customer of our product, so I'm the Skyway shareholder. I also have stepped into investment world, so the private investor, and I have since gained the experience in business development and sales. But what I love the most about this journey is that it is an opportunity, or it has been an opportunity for me to change the life I was living and where I wanted to be. And I absolutely love to work with people. I absolutely love to work with people around myself, who are in my environment, but not only. I look to reach out to as many people as I can to share this information, to share this knowledge, and make as many people successful as I can. So that's my passion about this program, about this project, and I really hope you will see the same vision I've seen since 2014. So before we start, as I said, I want to discuss or touch base a little bit dreams versus reality. So what do I mean by that? This is kind of an exercise for you right now. After I explain you how to do it, just stop the video and do the exercise, because that would be you will see 2 pictures of your life. So let's start with a dream life. Write down all your dreams that you have today. You know, the dream life that you want to live, the lifestyle that you want to live. You need to touch base the house. Okay, is it a flat, or is it a big house, small house, a villa, I don't know, a presidential suite or something like that? Where do you want to live? Is it the country that you are living right now? You want to live in a different country. So write down the house. Think about how much the house maintenance and bills could cost you a month. Probably that also will be 10,000, 20,000, depending how big house you have. Then think about, let's say, a car, right? Everyone probably wants to have a comfort when getting from point A to point B. So think about the car that you want. Is it Audi car? Is it Mercedes? Is it Ferrari, Bugatti? Whatever car it is, just write it down. Write down the cost per month, or how much the car could cost for you to get it. Probably if you have a spouse, or the boyfriend, girlfriend, they might want the same car as you have, or a bit different. So put that down as well. Then think about the holidays, social life. How many holidays a year you want to have? What social events you want to attend? Maybe it's like 2 times a month you want to go to theater, opera, or experience different activities. Write it down as well. Write down everything that you want in your life that you think will make you happy and will bring the joy to your life. Then calculate how much money you need to have for your dream life per month. Now let's picture the reality. Write down on the paper the reality you have, the house that you live in or the flat you're renting, how much it costs you per month. How much would cost? How much cost your car? If you don't have a car like myself, then how much would cost for me the journey per month? So let's say I'm spending 200, 300 pounds on the travel per month. Write it down as well. Then write it down how many holidays a year you have right now, versus to your dream number. So how many holidays you have? Is it a luxury holiday, or it's like an average holiday? You're staying in Airbnb and going for the holiday one is the cheapest price. Write it down that as well. Write down what is the social life? Do you have debt? Do you have credits? Do you have mortgage? Do you have savings? Do you have money left, like a cash aside to whatever you have, whatever you're earning? Then calculate that and look at that number there. And then think, when you see these 2 pictures, think why you're living the reality and why you're not living the dream life. What stops you from to have that dream life that you dream about? What are the limitations? What are the what is your belief system? What is this that stops you from achieving that dream life? And I can tell you one thing, that one thing that stops you from getting from reality to your dreams is yourself. No one else. It's just you. And there is a scientific research done, which I want to share with you, that where it says that basically people up until age of 15, they are living the dream life. We can say that the life is, we look at the life through the pink glasses for most of us, right? So there are, again, different situations. But if I'm speaking for myself, my childhood was great. I go to school, which I didn't like, but I went to school. Then I have my free time. I do my studies. I meet my friends, and I have hundreds of friends. My phone didn't stop calling, right? When I was finally got my phone at the age of I think it was 14. We go on different holidays, we go on different social parties, birthdays, other celebrations, and so on. So that life was great. But what happens after the age of 15 for another 15 years, so up until age of 30? That's when the real life kicks in. We start forgetting about the dreams. We start having a stress because we need to finish the school. We need to finish. We need to have a good grade, so the exams, because our parents told us to do so. Then we need to get into the school or to university to continue our, the journey in the educational world. So now we have another stress. Am I going to get in? Do I need to apply for many schools? So then you have, the kind of reality kicks in that you don't get into every school, even with your maybe average grade or good grades. So which school you're going to go for, even if you had a bad grade. So what do you do then? You go to work, are you useless? Like what's happening then? So you start kind of whether looking for jobs, or you are getting into another 4 years in a university, in the school, then you're again studying day and night. Maybe you have to go to work and study at the same time. So before you actually finish your educational the years, you're already in debt because you have gone to university. And if you don't have parents who can support you financially to pay for university, you go to credit company or the banks and ask for the credit, right? That's what I did. So before I even start working, I was already in debt. That's the system. So then you are finishing the school, you have this amazing paper in your hands, and what now? You know, you're trying to find a job, you go for different interviews, and then you're realizing that sometimes most of the times people don't even get the job that they wanted, or they're working a different job, like basically the job is not paying enough what they were thinking, or let's say that you finish the school and you realize you don't want to even work in that field. You know, there again, you know, different situations, different challenges happening in your life. What about relationship? You know, the relationship, first relationships, first broken hearts, maybe you lose some people. You know, there are so many things happening between the age of 15 and 30 when you kind of already analyzing and understanding, you know, what the life is about. And then what happens at the age of 30? Do you think we dream about becoming a lawyer? Do you think we dream becoming a cosmonaut and making a massive difference in the world? No. Mostly no. The average person I would say no. What happens is we accept the life it is. We accept that this is it. You know, this is what we deserve. This is what we can have, and there's nothing else apart from the reality life we have. But it can be a different way as well. You know, so whether these challenges can break us, you know, we can become broke, we can become very negative, we can put some limiting beliefs in ourselves, we don't believe in ourselves, you know, we think that, you know, that's it, that's where the life will take you, that's what you have to live for the rest of your life, and so on. Or the other side, or other direction could be that you don't accept that life. You look around yourself, you got a job, maybe you are happy with the job, but you look around and you think, no, this is not what I want to do for the next 30, 40 years. There must be another way. There must be something different. You know, this is not what I was looking for. This is not why I was going into school for X amount of years, 15 years in the school, to be here, work for someone, be in this rat race. You know, there must be something different. So I can become a stronger person, a bigger personality, a stronger personality, and look for different opportunities. So that's what you need to think about. You need to look at your reality, where you are right now, whether you're at age of 25, 20, 35, 40, doesn't matter. You know, there's never too late to realize that the reality life that we live, and I'm talking about average people, right? The reality that we live in, you know, there is something beyond that. There is something more. And look at your dream life and think how you can get from this reality life to your dream life. What is that opportunity? What is that tools, the solution for you to shift your reality to your dream life, to the life that you deserve, the life that you want, that you need, right? And then look for those opportunities, because I'm telling you, the opportunities are in front of us, but not all of us are ready for them. Not all of us are educated to see those opportunities. So through Skyway Invest Group, I hope, you know, the education programs that we are providing, it helps to open people's mind, teach to dream again, you know, put the goals in place, because there is a system how you can put the things in place. So you're not just swimming on top of the water and trying to swim through your life, but actually you dig deeper and you find your real why, you find your real needs and dreams and goals that you want to achieve in your life. Because I'm telling you, up until age of 28, I was going to work, making the money, and then thinking what I'm going to do with the money. Right. And that's what I was doing since I was 18, you know, just going to work, going to studies, making the money, spending the money. That's it. You know, I wish there was an education and someone who comes to me and says, Anete, you know, there is a different way how to use that money, you know, as a tool to achieve your dreams. But what are your dreams? And up until 28 of my age, I didn't have the dreams written down. Whenever I received the money, or maybe like a month before, I was planning, oh, maybe I'm going to go on holiday and so on. But that was not a planning. You know, that's just like, that's not planning. I don't know what it is. But what I suggest you, just stop this video, do this activity, do this exercise, and think, this is a reality. That's where I want to go. Okay? Watch next. Another research I was reading about is that, and it's done in Britain, they took 2,000 people from age of 18 to 60, and they interview them asking, what is your financial comfort? Most of the people would say that financial comfort is when you don't have debt, when you have savings, approximately £500 at the end of the month, and you go twice a year on holiday. That's the financial comfort. But digging deeper and actually analyzing these answers and analyzing these people, they realize that there are the top 30 signs that you are financially comfortable. What I suggest you is take a screenshot, print it out, or write it down and stick on your wall and circle the numbers, that you have achieved in your life. You have your savings, tick the box. You don't have any debt, tick the box. You don't have to count the days until your next day, payday, tick the box. And do it, one by one. If you see that you have all 30 signs, achieved in your life, I want to talk to you. I want to be surrounded around you. I want to learn from you. I want to ask opinion about your finances, because you must be good in advising it, right? So if you are not there yet, then there is a way to get there, all right? And it's all about yourself. As I said, the only person who stops you to achieve the things in your life is only yourself. All the doubts, all the things and negativities that you put in your head saying that you can't, because we all can do it, because all of us have 24 hours a day to achieve our goals and dreams. So I suggest you print this out or write it down and circle it, and make this as a yearly a goal for this year, to make all the 30 things to happen in your life, or maybe for the next 5 years. It's up to you, but just do it. And then you will see that you will be financially comfortable, you will have enough free time, you will have your financial freedom, you will be able to help other people and, do a massive difference in the world, if that's what you want. Because some people, they don't need $1 million. They need $1 million to go on holiday. So every reason or every goal that you might have, dig deep. Dig deep so that you can, and you will understand your real why you're waking up in the morning, okay? And there must be also why you are here today and watching this presentation. One thing is that someone just drops you the video and says, watch it. But the other thing could be that you are looking for something. You are searching for something, So what is your why? Write it down again on a paper. What is your why? Stop the video, think about it. Maybe it's an opportunity to make an extra income source, because you might be happy with the job that you have. You might be happy with the place that you are right now, but you need that extra income source. I was speaking the other day with a person who is 17 years in the engineering field. He absolutely loves his job. He said he's happy, he has a happy life, but not the life that he wants. And I said, so what stops you from achieving that life that you want is the money, right? Not always our dream job is paying us enough money to, to do other things. So maybe, you're happy with your job, with your business that you do, and you are in, but you need an extra income source, right? You need something more, because average person, I will remind you, has one income source, one egg in that one basket. You need to create more income sources in that one basket. So no matter what happens to what you do right now, and maybe health issues or something kicks in a life that we don't know and we are not aware of, you will be secured. Or maybe you're looking for opportunities to multiply your hard-earned money while you are sleeping. Who doesn't want that? If you say you don't want that you are lying to yourself. We would love to earn money while we are sleeping and waking up in the morning and just checking our bank account, don't we? I would. Maybe you look for opportunities just to learn about the wealth creation and how to become a successful investor, right? So maybe you're not necessarily looking for another income source, but if you want to become a successful investor, you will create multiple income sources, but you want to learn about the wealth creation, okay? So this is a place where you can learn that. We have the program called Master Profit. And maybe just an opportunity to fire your boss, not literally, but basically handing in the paper that you are leaving the job. So that's what I mean by firing a boss. I'm becoming a successful investor. How great would be that you can become a captain of your own life, make your own decisions, plan your day, think when you want to go on a holiday and so on. Maybe that's what your why is. If none of these are your why, write it down on a paper again. What is your why? Why do you want to do something different in life? Why you're looking for something? What it is that disturbs you in life today? You know, what is the things that you don't like about your life? What are the things that you feel negative about your life? Or what makes you unhappy, and make them as the goal. That's your real why you want to do something different today. Okay, so that's what you need to think about before you're doing anything, whether you're going to job, whether you're looking for another job, whether you're going to interview, whether you're looking for second job. Whatever you do in your life, you need to really dig deep and understand your reasons, because otherwise it's just a meaningful goal that you're trying to achieve. Once you have a powerful motivation for that goal, that's when the difference will kick in. That's when you will start seeing difference in your life. Okay, so who we are and what we do and why. So Skyway Invest Group, we are the wealth creation education company, or the platform. Our mission is to educate people about the importance of financial and investment education. Probably you've seen it, or maybe not, then do your own research, but there is Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant. And that's the quadrant where people have been grouped in 4 different quadrants, if you can say that. So left-hand side, average people; right-hand side, above average people. Why? Because E stands for employee, S for self-employed, B for business owner, and I for investor. Okay, what does it mean? If you look around yourself, ask the question, how many of those people are employees? How many people are self-employed? Well, probably most of the people that we know would be employees or self-employed. That was the environment I was in 2014. But suddenly when you change your thinking, and suddenly when you're changing your goals and the dreams, you start surrounding yourself with the people that are business owners and investors. And why it's important? Because you're not going to be, you can't want to have a business or becoming an investor, but asking opinion and suggestions and recommendations from your, parents or other people that are employees, that they are working for someone. You cannot ask a business opinion how to create a business for the employee. You cannot ask average person how to become a successful investor, because what they're going to say, this is all wrong, you shouldn't be doing this is right. Yeah, and that's what we think. What majority of people are doing, that's the right thing. What only few people are doing, that's wrong. But actually it's other way around. We are programmed by the government to do certain things, and we are all making the same circles. Our grandparents did the same circle. They went to school, and then they start doing the circles, going to work, go home, going back to work, go home, and so on. Then the same thing did your parents. They went to school, and then they start doing the circles. And if you're looking at average age, when person is, the average age when people are working is approximately 40 years. So 40 years of life for your grandparents, then 40 years of your parents, it's already 80 years of those people's lives, that they were doing the circles. I did the circle as well. I did go to school and then start doing the circles. But then I stopped because I really didn't like to go around. If I go around and stay on the same place, I don't feel comfortable. I have to move forward. And if I don't move forward, I just get bored of the things that I'm doing. And I just try to find different things that I want to do or try out, because I don't want to be standing here. I want to grow day by day, hour by hour. Every time I'm doing something, I'm growing. Right? Every time I'm doing the presentation, I'm learning as well, because sometimes I have some different ideas, different thoughts that I can share with you, and I'm learning. And by learning and teaching you, by teaching you, I'm learning myself. So you need to find people who can help you to get from the left-hand side of the quadrant to the right-hand side. Because those are the people that we want to listen. We don't want to listen to the teachers who are barely paying their bills. We don't want to listen to friends and families who been doing the same things that we've been doing so far. We need to find mentors. We need to find people that can help you to get to the right-hand side of the quadrant. Okay, so Skyway Invest Group is the tool, is the solution for you to learn the knowledge, because there is a lack of information in the world that is held by certain percent of people. Their habits, their rules, the information, the knowledge is get by few people, because in the school no one taught us how to use the money to make more money. In the school they taught us how to go to work to make that money, not how to make from money more money. All right, so please stay till the end and you will understand more about the Skyway Invest Group and what we do. Just a little bit of more information, what the Skyway Invest Group is sharing with every person who wants to learn about the financial world. There are 8 rules of a private investor. 8 rules. If you follow those 8 rules, you will see the difference in your financial world. But out of those 8 rules, I want to share first rule, well, actually the second rule. And second rule is called 5 commandments. Write it down again, or take the screenshot and start implementing from today. Because it's almost end of the month, right? 23rd of January. So let's say in 7 days you receive your paycheck. So start doing the first thing. The moment you receive your paycheck, put aside, okay, don't put aside 30%, don't put aside 20 or 10%, start putting aside 5%. 5% from your income, start putting in your saving jar. Actually buy the jar where you can put the money in. Okay, so that's what you need to do. In case you don't have 5% to put aside, start looking where you can start saving the money. So I would say the first and the second rule is very important. So the control your expenses is important for you to do. Open up your bank account, go through those transactions day by day. I do every evening, every time before I'm going to sleep. Apart from meditation and motivational part, before I fall asleep, I do my expenses. With a card, with a cash, I put in the Excel sheet all my expenses where I've spent the money. Then I know how much money I spend on the travel. Then I know how much money I'm spending on my food and other things that I need and the bills. Okay. And then I'm looking, where can I save the money? So then next month I can put aside 5%, next month 10%, 20 and 30%. If you work on those 2 things, you will see the difference in your financial world. Because what happens when you put the money aside, you can then start learning how to invest wisely. So what I would suggest, read the books. Find people who have been investors already, who has created investment portfolio. But in terms of the books, I would suggest Tony Robbins, Unshakable, or the Money Master the Game. Plus, first half an hour a day, please do your own research. Do on a Google search latest financial news or latest news in financial world. You will see different research. You will see different announcements, different news, and so on. Educate yourself. Educate what's happening in the world. Okay, don't watch the TV. That's not the news you want to learn and find out. Learn it. Learn how to invest wisely. Always learn, to earn more. Find those places, find those companies, projects that you want to put, try to be part of. You don't have to invest all your savings in one basket. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you need to learn how to do the diversification, which is very important part of investment world. And you definitely have to protect your money. Don't, as I said, invest everything in one place because they are promising you'll be a huge percentage and so on. Protect your money, do your due diligence, find out about the company, talk to people in the company, find out how many offices they have and so on before you put your money somewhere. Because at the end of the day, it's your own personal decision what you do with your money. But by following these 5 commandments, out of those 8 rules, these 5 commandments will help you to start managing your money. And again, as I said, when you do a picture of the dream life and the reality, then you realize where you are, where you want to be. Do the same about the expense sheet. Once you see everything clearly on the front of you, you know where the money is going, you know where the money is coming in, and how you can save the money and how you can put the money aside. Okay? Next, so who is the creator of Skyway Invest Group? Who has actually thought about educating people about the wealth creation? It's Andrea Havarato. I met him already a couple of times. He's a very smart and intelligent person. He's actually a multidisciplinary professional investor. Again, he's not a young man. he's not in the investment world for a year or two. He's not crazy about one investment asset. He actually has created an investment portfolio which contains more than 27 assets within the Skyway Invest Group. So he is one of the persons I would recommend you to follow and learn from. You know, remember I told you, don't learn from parents and your friends, learn from people who have achieved something in their life. And Andre is a multimillionaire. Why not to learn from him? Why not to get the education information that he's sharing on board? I think that's the first step for you to do. And be open, you know, go through all his YouTube channels and other students that are sharing the information, because he is giving you valuable information. It's not like complicated. You don't have to do the mathematical calculations and formulas. There are certain simple steps that you have to follow, the system that works already to make your life better. And the way he did it, or basically how he began teaching students was through the Academy of Private Investors. So he really loved, the idea to giving back to people, because he achieved the things in our life that he wanted, probably like the general ones. But now he is going beyond. He's now thinking, what else I can do for society, what else I can do for people. And through this academy, he was giving back this knowledge, he was giving back the information and his experience in this world. So Academy of Private Investors was the first step for him to teach people about the wealth and creation, about education. Then later on in the years, he he created a Skyway Invest Group. How he created Skyway Invest Group, I will share in a minute. But please do your own research about Andre Havrato. If you have a chance, come to our events where Andre is speaking as well. You will be able to talk to him with the translation, because unfortunately Andre speaks only in Russian, but you will be able to meet him and ask certain questions that you might have specifically for him. But when Skyway Invest Group was created, there was a reason behind it. Obviously, the education is one thing, but the other thing was to support the technology project, which is the Skyway technology. And through the Skyway Invest Group, not just support technology, but also give people support and help them to be involved in this project on a bigger scale and help this, to business to grow. So the Skyway technology is amazing project. It's the first project the Skyway Invest Group has taken on board. And it happened in 2014 when one of his students, Andre Havrato students, came to Andre Havrato and showed the project. He said, like, would you like to look into it and say if it's a good project to get involved in? Andre loved it. He did his, basically qualification of the project, if I can say that, and he ticked the boxes, and he said, I want to meet the founder, I want to meet the creator of this technology and see what we can do for him. When they met back in 2014, I think it was somewhere mid-year, maybe June, July. It was in February, in 23rd of February, I think they had a conversation. And after talking through the challenges and the problems Dr. Unitsky is facing at that time, Andre Havrato kind of gave him ideas how he could potentially fund the project. And Anatoly Unitsky offered Andre Havrato a job. He said, why don't you become my financial director? I will hire you to be my, to be with me. And after the conversation, Andre went home and he thought about the opportunity and the offer. But what he did, he declined it. He said, I don't want to work for you. I want to be your business partner. I want to work and create my company that will help you to fund the project. And that's how the Skyway Invest Group was created. So for those who don't know about Skyway technology and what the technology is about, let's watch the short video and it will briefly show you. Okay, so there are more videos that you can watch on YouTube, more detailed information and a description about the technology, but that was just a little overview about the Skyway technology. Whatever you just saw, it's real footage. It's not made up on a computer. Everything is real. I've been there. I traveled on the transport. I tested it. It's all tangible. And where this land is located, so it's an eco-techno park. Which is the testing facility for us. So of Skyway Technology. So Dr. Anete had to build this in order to prove the technology, because everything so far been calculated on the papers, but he had to put and build it in reality. So for that, the government in Belarus, in Marina Gorkaya, which is very close to Minsk, they gave us a land, 36 hectare land to build the project. And so far, everything has been built 100% from the crowdfunding. What is crowdfunding? I will share you in a minute. But as I said, this is the picture, but this is a real picture. You can see the station here. This is from the EcoFest in August, when all the investors were able to go for this to see this land, to touch the technology, to test drive it, to see that everything is real and tangible there. And there is also few lines of that transport for Unibus, cargo and so on, and also the Eco House. So if you have an opportunity this year, and if there will be an EcoFest in Belarus, then I would recommend for you to go there if you want to be assured that everything is real. And why we are doing this, like you would think, like, why would I care about the transport system? Why would I care about new transport technology? We have already enough technologies, offered in the world. But the problem is that whatever solution has been offered to us so far has not solved any problems that we are facing, right? So there are more cars and more cars and more cars coming on roads. So one family can have 2-3 cars. They can't even park the car outside the house. They have to park somewhere far away. Not even talking about all those cars going one direction at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning and coming back at 5 o'clock. The traffic is ridiculous. The traffic is huge, and doesn't matter which part of the world you live, which city you live, even small country like Latvia, in Riga, you can stuck in a traffic for hours to get from one side of the city to another city. And if you look at the map, it's in total we have 2 million people population. There is a traffic. Not talking about megapolis, like mega cities like New York, London, Chicago, I don't know, in China, Japan, Australia. Every part of the world has the same problem. And what solution they're offering? They're building the trains, they're building different type of the trains, but they're still not solving the problem, because the problem then occurs into the pollution. Again, in London, I know that the polluted air has reached ridiculous meter readings. There are, how you call it, the announcements and warnings for people to actually stay in the house or keep the mask on front of their mouth, not to breathe that polluted air. And little kids, the kids that are not even born, women who are pregnant, there is a research that they have found a pollution, like certain molecules or something inside of, like, in unborn baby. So this is very critical situation where we're going. And if we continue to do the same things over and over again for years, then I believe in 100 years, and I think again there is another research that in 100 years there won't be a green planet anymore. Everything will die. The trees, the grass, we won't have oxygen, clean oxygen to breathe. And is this what we want to leave for kids and grandkids and so on? Is this what we want to leave as a legacy? No. Not even talking about the road accidents and car accidents and death on the roads, and people who then are become disabled or sitting in a wheelchair and so on. We might not think about these things on a daily basis, but these are the things happening around us. And as I said before, we might not even see the opportunities around us that will help us to get from reality to the dream life, but we don't even see the problems or maybe different challenges we are facing around us. These are the few things. And do we think about them? No, we are always kind of relying on the government and other people to solve these problems. But can they actually solve the problems? No, because they have other things to think about. So this is the reason why Skyway Invest Group and Andrei Havratov decided to get involved in this, because he truly believes that through Skyway Invest Group, through crowdfunding, with the people's support, we can make this happen. And so far, as I said, through crowdfunding, we have built technology, we have certified technology, and we are able to provide the tangible product to the government and tell them, well, this is the solution. So think about it. Think like about the saving the planet, because you might be 20 years old, 30 years old, but who knows what might happen in 10 or 20 years time. So think if you want to be involved in something that can, add value to people's lives and make a meaningful difference in the world. Because Andrei Havratov needs your help, and Dr. Unitsky needs your help as well. So as I keep mentioning him, Dr. Anete Unitsky is the person who created the Skyway technology concept. He's been working for this project for more than 40 years. Imagine his dream, his why. Sometimes we think about the dreams that we had last year or 2 years ago, 5 years ago. We don't dream about that dream anymore, but look at him, another example, how you can make your dream to come true. Stick to it for as many years as you have to until you get to, to make this dream to come true. And there is a blog, which I have put it down here, unitsky.com. You can read up, the biography about the Dr. Unitsky, his dreams, his goals, what he's planning to do after Skyway technology will begin, implementation in different parts of the world. Read about the inventions that he done, monographs, scientific works, and many other projects that he's been involved in. And you will see, that this is the other person that you should be aware of and you should follow, and maybe get some examples from this person in terms of, how you can achieve your dream. If there is there was one way for him. One way was to go to banks and investors and ask for the money. But he did know, and he believed that there is another way. And the other way came in front of him in 2014. That was the right time. That was the right moment for Dr. Unitsky to be introduced to Andrei Havratov. And that's how decided to come together, signed a contract for 20 years. That's a historic agreement which was signed in 2014. And they decided to partner. They became business partners. No one is employed by anyone, but they become business partners. And since that day, we have done a lot of, a huge job, a huge milestone for bringing Skyway technology live. And what we need right now, we need more people to get involved, because now the serious job will start. We have done a lot, but a lot of things still needs to be done. So, these two people are the examples for us. Quickly go through. So Skyway technology has been divided on 15 stages of development. So right now we are on stage 13. Maybe soon we will move to stage 14. But when I joined the project, it was stage 1 or 2. I don't remember. It was a very high risk investment. Right now, I would say it's a medium one. And once we reach the stage 15, it means that the pilot project, the test facilities will be completed, and won't have the opportunity for people to become co-owners of this technology. I will go back. I will continue this in a minute. What do I mean by that? But basically, to complete each stage requires a certain amount of money, certain things to be done, and then once we prove and once we complete all of that, then we can move to next stage and next stage and next stage. During these 4 years, we have signed more than 300 MOUs with more than 12 countries. We have raised more than $100 million through crowdfunding. We have fully transferable technology, and we have different international certificates. So we have global and local recognitions. So we have certificates. Again, you can look at the unitsky.com website, and you will have all the certificates available. You can check on them. You can look for those. And if you need, again, ask me the questions if you look for the specific document. But basically, there are many different recognitions and awards and certificates given to Dr. Unitsky. Okay, and here are a few international countries, like the countries that are interested in the Skyway technology. As you can see, a lot of countries are in Asia, but also we have first country in Brazil, who is also interested in building this technology. Ireland, there is a contract, Belarus, Russia, UAE. I would say that's the part where that's the project that we were waiting for. So in Sharjah, we're going to build another test facility, if you can say that. It's going to be, the high-speed train, and it's going to be, how to say, for hot country environment technology. So how you call it? I need to have a look up on the website. There was a recent news that there's another technology that created specifically for the hot environment. Because if you're looking at the Belarus, then in Belarus you have minus 40 degrees, it's the snow and the ice. So how we can prove that in a plus 60 degrees that the same technology will work? So they needed to come up with a similar Skyway bus prototype or the train, but created specifically for their environment. But at the same time, what it says that this bus, let's call it bus, will be tested also in Belarus. So they will see if the bus can work also in minus 40 degrees, same as plus 60 degrees. There's also interest from Ethiopia. Project wants to be signed. They just need to have a next step and moving to meet Dr. Yunitsky and sign another agreements and contracts. But also, they have an interest to build a project not just in Ethiopia, but also around the whole Africa. Some in Tanzania, Nigeria has shown an interest, Uganda, and so on. So there is an interest. We just need to move from MOUs, memorandum of understanding contracts, to real contracts. And it's just a matter of time. We will do it. We've done it. We have done and gone so far, so there's nothing that can stop us. Also, you can look up on the YouTube, global TV channels talks about the Skyway technology, such as in Australia, Japanese television recently been in Belarus, and also in Al Arabiya news channel about the Skyway. All right, so the news are talking about the Skyway technology. But now you will ask you, okay, fine. I do agree, the transport system is outdated and we really need a new transport technology. Education, yeah, it's great. I want to learn more about the wealth creation, but what's in it for me right now? I would say this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Why? Because you have an opportunity to become a customer, and you will automatically, once the technology is built around the world, you will use it and you will be a customer. Now the question is, would you like to become a co-owner and receive a great dividends from the future projects and the profit that the company will make? It's the same thing if you are using computers, phones, cars, transport, public transport. You are a customer of those brands. You pay for their services, for their products, and you get the product and the service. But that's all about. But becoming a co-owner of the product or of the company, of the brand, you are entitled to receive dividends, and dividends that will be paid back to investors quarterly. And that's what it means to become a co-owner. Or the business partner. As I said, you can become a silent supporter or the active supporter. And the active supporter means business partner who wants to get involved in the business. So how we've done so far? So far, as I mentioned, we've done a crowdfunding. But we've done not just crowdfunding, we've done equity-based crowdfunding. Means that you are not just supporting a company and looking and looking how the company is growing and being happy for the company, and then just say, well, I supported them, right? As it has happened with the different other companies. If you look up on a Kickstarter, Crowdcube, Indigo, there are different projects where the companies are looking for funds, to secure their funds, but not necessarily they have to give away the equity. So sometimes they give away the services, some discounts, some product prototypes, or something like that, but not necessarily the equity. When it was done, when this concept was accepted was when President Obama signed the Jobs Act on April 5th, 2012. So you can have a look on the Google and Wikipedia about it. And this act was created to help to promote small and medium businesses, entrepreneurships, the projects, the startups, to raise the funds. Because again, there's one way or being always one way how to raise the funds is go to bank, get a credit, or go to sophisticated investor, ask for the money. But then obviously they're not going to give you the money for 10% of the company. Mostly those are going to be 50 or 60 or 70 or even 80% of the company, as it happened with the Skyway technology, when certain people offered, millions and trillions to give to Dr. Yunitsky, but then in return they asked 80% of the company. That's how it's been, how company has been raising money so far. But since 2012, crowdfunding became a legal instrument how companies and startups can raise the money. In our case, we use the equity-based crowdfunding. So because of the partnership between those two people, Andrei Havrato is providing the access to education, but as a bonus for free, he's giving the equity, private equity, pre-IPO private equity shares in the Skyway technology. That's free will from Andrei Havrato. He could just give you the education, and same as in universities, you would pay for education, get the certificate, you've done great job, you learn about it. But instead, he's also giving the bonus equity in the Skyway technology. And what I'm going to share with you right now will be something that you need to take as a training and illustrative purpose. Like basically, there is a compliance disclaimer, as you can see, and I'm not here to advise you on anything. I'm not a registered broker or advisor. I cannot tell you what to do with your financial, let's say with the money. All business opportunities come with risk. Even if you go to university, you've learned for 5 years in university, that's also a risk, whether you're going to get the job, whether you actually want to continue to what you've been studying in university. Because sometimes, as I said, it can happen that you don't want to continue this, and this is not of your interest. So that was a risk for you to study and pay X amount of money in university. So please be responsible for your own results. As I said, figures offered are for illustrative purposes only, so for the information and training purposes, and I'm not offering any financial advice. Okay, so take that on board, and now let's go into it. So how you can become a partner or co-owner, as I mentioned, for the Skyway technology. So, as I said, Skyway Invest Group is providing the education programs, educational information. In these packages, it includes like 8 rules of private investor, fundamentals of capitalization, distance learning for a private investor, 12 levels of private investors development, how to turn $1 or £1 into $1 million. What is the portfolios, sources of additional income, and so on. Obviously, more you put towards your education, more information you receive. Less you put for the education, less you receive. Same again, you can go for course, or you can go for university. You will receive different information and different quality of information and the knowledge. Same here, okay? So there are different ways how you can different levels you can get involved, whether with $50, $100, $300,000, or hundreds of thousands of dollars towards your education. But what is good in it, as I said, you're not just purchasing the education, you're also becoming a co-owner of the Skyway technology automatically. So if you're looking at the purchase of, let's say, $250, it would give you 8,000 Skyway bonuses. So what does it mean? It means that your $250 would be worth of $8,000 in the future once the Skyway technology goes on IPO, because Skyway technology is still pre-IPO company. There's no commercial projects yet. The company hasn't gone on stock market yet. So it's everything pre-IPO, so before that. And whatever happens before that is a risk. And but again, it's a better value to what you can, like I'd say, it's a higher risk, but with a higher returns, okay? If you're looking at the $50 package, you would receive 8 rules of private investor, 5 commandments again, dreams formal, and so on. So $50 would give you the bonuses of Skyway shares of 1,200 again. So $50 would turn into a minimum $1,200 worth portfolio if one equity would cost $1. Imagine now that one equity would cost more than $1, $10, $5, $10, $100. So you just do the multiplication. The other thing is that the company is providing installment packages for those people who want to get for bigger package. for better education, for better information, but they don't have available funds right now. You know, they cannot afford, let's say, to pay $500 a month, or not but $5,000 right away. So you can secure your package and get information and education right now, but pay out this in 10 months time. So 500 times 10 months would be $5,000, and you will receive 260,000 pre-IPO private equity shares. Again, your $5,000 investment today in your education can be worth of $260,000 portfolio tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but when the Skyway technology goes in IPO. Again, if the one share costs $1, that would be the price. What if it's going to be $10? Then it will be just put 10 at the end, so 2,600,000 equity share. Sorry, the portfolio would be worth of $2,600,000. Right? So there are different packages, different opportunities for everyone. Whatever you think is a reasonable investment in your education and for your future, to secure your future, that's what you can go ahead with. And it's totally interest free. So you don't pay any percentage, you don't pay any fees, you don't pay anything. You just go in, you block your portfolio, and then you pay out. Whether it's of $10 per month, $50, $500, $1,000, $5,000, it doesn't matter. You know, as long as you are providing yourself with the education, you're investing in yourself first and receiving that knowledge, then you will see the difference in your life, the changes in your life. Okay, so you decide. No one else can tell you what to do and decide for you. But what I also wanted to ask you is, like, what can $50 do for you today? Do you think it can change your life? Do you think it can improve your life today? $50 is what? 2 tickets in the cinema, going out for dinner once, going on, I don't know, sometimes you can travel somewhere for $50 one way. That's all about it, right? That's one-time happiness, one-time, you know, deal. But $50 can actually make a difference in the world, in your life, because it would provide you education information product, but it also provides you the bonuses, free bonuses of 1,200 pre-IPO private equity share technology. And let's do the calculation. But once again, I want to remind you, these are just numbers that we play around. This is nothing guaranteed. Nothing here, what I'm sharing with you, I can guarantee you 100%. This is just playing up with the numbers, you know, illustrative purposes, like the training purposes. So whatever happens in the future, we can just guess it. We cannot predict, we cannot guarantee anything, okay? So let's say $1 would cost, one share would cost $1, so your portfolio value would be 1,200. What if your one share would cost $5? Your portfolio value goes up to $6,000. What if one equity goes up to $10? Then your portfolio value would be already 12,000. But imagine that equity price will go up by $20, then your portfolio value would be 24,000. Show me any educational company, university, where they can guarantee you the things. No one ever can guarantee you anything. Nothing in the world is guaranteed, right? Everything we do, it's with the risk. I go to gym, you know, it's a risk because I can injure myself. I go to job and I have one income stream. That's a risk for me because maybe I will lose the job. You know, you go and, I don't know, on a holiday, where is the guarantee that the flight will go ahead? You know, maybe it will be canceled and you didn't have insurance. That's a risk as well. For not taking the insurance, that's risk as well. Everything we do in a life, it's a risk. I didn't insure my phone. That was my risk. My phone was stolen. What can I do? Well, I took the risk. I lost my phone. Yeah. So whatever you do in your life, nothing is guaranteed. So here it's also just illustrative purposes for your understanding what the opportunity we have in front of us, okay? But you do your own due diligence and your own decisions how you want to go ahead with this. Also, the big brands versus Skyway, I would say that there are 4 companies that I really like or been interested in to follow them. And I did a bit of research, when the companies were created and what the price per share was when they went on stock market. And so here you can see a few numbers again. I'm not going to go into deep discussing all of them, but just to and for you to understand. So let's say Tesla company, they went to an IPO in 2010. The price share was $17. The price per share in 2019, and I did check this on the 8th of January on NASDAQ, the price share was $330.04. What you can get for the same price in Skyway Invest Group today is the 10,560 pre-IPO private equity shares in Skyway Technology. That would be the price per equity as a pre-IPO private equity would be in around 3 cents. Okay, so you decide whether you want to go for the company that is already in the market on the IPO and pay, X amount of money for that one share, or you want to go and take a little bit of risk and see what else you can get in Skyway Technology. And I said to myself, when I invested in my education and towards support the Skyway Technology, I said to myself, at age of 80, or not even 80, at age of 40, I don't want to sit back and think like, I wish I have done it. I prefer to say that I did it, I'm happy I did it, no matter what happens, but I did it, right? So whatever motto you have for your life, whatever risk taker you are, you decide again, what do you think is a reasonable investment in the Skyway Invest Group, education, and so on. That's about the Skyway Technology. I'm very close to finish, but last part is about the business opportunity. So for those who want to get involved in the business, there is a new economical evolution of the world concept. That's the concept where sooner or later, everything will be, most of the people will be replaced by robots. Economic crisis will hit in Britain. 5,000 jobs by Brexit Day will be lost. 60 bank branches are closed on a weekly basis. There are companies that are closing down, shutting down their job places, the companies, and so on, and people are using that one income stream. And what new economic evolution of the world will be is that everything that you will earn will be based on your productivity. How much job you do, how much value you add to the company, that's how it is going to be valued to what you're going to earn at the end of the month. And I would say that entrepreneurs won't feel that the shift from the old to the new concept, because we will have the right skills and the knowledge, and we already have, or building the business with people. We are not relying on anyone else. And multi-level crowd investing is like a new concept, what we've done. As I mentioned, crowd investing is when you support the project, but multi-level crowd investing is a new concept that we are trying to coin in the marketplace, and hopefully more companies will start using it, because this is a powerful system where you can help to fund the projects, but at the same time, by funding and helping to fund those projects, you're also receiving your commissions, right? So you don't need any brokerage, you don't need a broker's company, you don't need the banks where you're paying, or the marketing companies that you're paying for the advertisements, or for them to find investors, like a big percentage on commissions. Through multi-level crowd investing, we are paying people. So you find the funds for the technology, but for that you will be rewarded. And I don't think there is anything better than this. I'm not saying this is the best, but this is better than anything else in the world right now. Okay, maybe there is going to be another concept that will help us to adapt to the new world, new economic evolution of the world concept. But right now, multi-level crowd investing, I see this is a best concept, a best platform where I could potentially work in. I'm becoming a business owner, a co-owner of something, but at the same time, I'm a business partner, and I'm earning already today. So I don't have to wait for Skyway Technology to go and an IPO to receive my profits. I'm already making my money back today. And there are multiple income streams. So instantly, you can earn today from your network. So let's say you like the idea and you want to share with your people, your friends, your families, people that you don't know. So you can earn the money instantly once they get involved as well, and once they decide whether they want to be a co-owner or the business partners. And once they start working, you are earning your money instantly. Eventually you can also build up your business to becoming a representative in your region. Let's say you live in, in America, there are different regions, different parts where you can be like a representative of that region, open the office, and be the main person or the leader in that region. Same in India, Asia, Africa, it doesn't matter. We are just growing, and we will need more and more people are our army, and we are asking people to join our army, our family, you know, to make that difference in the world. So for that, we need more and more representative offices to open to support those people and the questions. Maybe eventually you want to become a speaker and a coach. Maybe you want to talk to big investors and initiate a project of the Skyway technology, or maybe different projects initiation. That's also what you can do and add as a passive income stream or income stream to your portfolio. So here's already 6. MLCI department is a specific department with 10 places, current open 10 places. 7 of those are taken, 3 are left for any of us. You know, it can be me, you, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter whether you joined the business right now or 4 years ago or last year. If you complete different tasks and requirements as a leader, then they can look into it and add you to the MLCI department. What does it mean? You will receive some percentage from the global revenue Skyway Invest Group is making. And obviously in the future, we will receive the profit from the tokens, IPO, and dividends. If you want to go in more details about particular income stream, or how you can become representative, or how you can initiate a project, or how you can become a coach, or how to build a network, again, go back to the person who introduced you to the business, or share this video, or if that was me, then let's have another call and I will share it with you more in details, step-by-step system. But you can get everything in your life what you want if you will help just enough people to get what they want. I really truly believe Zig Ziglar, and I have seen this. You know, when I worked in the corporate world, I helped 2 companies, my company and the other company that I was providing the services. That's it, on myself, kind of. 3 people I supported, to get what they want, to half partially, let's say, I can get what I want. But since I'm in this multi-level crowd investing concept done by Skyway Invest Group, I'm helping people around the world, and more people I help, more I can get what I want. I want to travel. I just need to find people who I want to help in different countries. And once I have team there, I can travel to those countries and I can meet my people and I can have my holiday there. Yeah. If I want to speak and I want to deliver different topics in the education and motivation, that's also available here. And we can help and motivate others. And by helping and motivating and teaching others, we are doing the same thing for us. So think about it. You know, how many people you want to help. And the last part is the SWIG education and the training. The best investment you can make is investment in yourself. Again, believe it or not, believe me, believe Warren, don't believe us, but that's what it is. The more you learn, the more you will earn. And if I give you like now a credit card that has unlimited amount of money on it, do you know what you would do with it? Do you have any idea? Do you have a budget? Do you have goals and dreams, as I mentioned before, or this investment system that will help you to build the, to make more money? Because million, even if I give you the million, let's say million, not unlimited, but if I give you a million and you purchase all your dreams, then the money will be gone, and what are you going to do then? Yeah. So we need to learn how to use the money to make more money. And that's when you are investing in yourself. And Master Profi, which is the first steps to success or first class training for professionals, is done by Skyway Invest Group. And I highly recommend for you to pass the Master Profi at least level 1, for you to learn about the basic steps about the company, basic steps about yourself, actually analyze yourself, your dreams and goals in more detailed way, the one I've done right now. For those who want to be fully educated about the Skyway Invest Group, for those who want to know the first steps, how to build a business in Skyway Invest Group, how to use the back office, let's say, how to create the marketing structure in your business. If you want to know the basic steps, then the Master Profi level 1 would be the best for you. There are 3 steps in total, but the second 2 and third is advanced. And that's for those people who want to be representatives, who wants to initiate a project, open the offices, be a regional director, global director, become a MLCI department member, and so on. So think about it, but this training is very important. I have never been to any training that would give the information that we are providing to you. We are also sharing with you the habits and rules of private investor. We are putting you in the mindset of becoming a successful investor. We are taking off the limiting beliefs. We are taking off that negativity that we've been living in, and and we thought that this is the life that you have to live. We try to erase all of that and build a new you. So Master Profi is for you if you want to have that knowledge which will lead you to success. And here is a little video which shows you the a brief information about Master Profi. I think the video says a lot, right? You don't want to work for anyone else, but what you need is the knowledge. You need that information, how to move from being an employee to business owner, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation. So the Master Profi is must for you, okay? So as I mentioned, there are three levels, and Master Profi level 1 is for those who wants to start building the business, understanding the foundation skills of the business of Skyway Invest Group, learn about the proven strategies for fast growth, practical exercises and coaching and training. The price is $350, but with the promo code you can receive the same training for $260, or the units as we speak. So if you want to receive the promo code, please go back to the person who introduced you to the business or share this video with you, or come back to me and I will provide you with a promo code. Then another very important event for those who really want to kind of kickstart the business and get to know all the leaders and meet the CEO of the company, you have to come for the SWIG Asia Pacific event, or the summit, in February 9th to 10th, Bangi Avenue Convention Center. It's in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. The ticket right now is for $137. It's an opportunity for you to attend both events. All the leaders bundle that costs nearly $1,200. That includes 10 tickets for your team, or for the people that you want to bring with you. If you want to know more about this specific event, also you can reach out to me or to people that you know, or just read about the event in the back office. And once again, I just described the opportunity. We did talk about the reality life and the dream life that you want to go ahead and to achieve. Think about this once again: living your dream life. How does it look like? What does it include? Big house, big travels, helping others, building, schools and family houses, maybe in Africa, having your office next to the beach, whatever it is, just think about it and think whether you can get there on your own, or you need some help, or you need the opportunity and the knowledge and the skills to get to, to reach your dreams and goals. Not in 10 years time, not in 20 years time, not hoping for the government to help you, but actually do it in your yourself right now, with the help of people who actually have achieved certain things already today. And insanity is it's not me who said it, it's Albert Einstein who said it. Insanity would be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Remember, I said to you about the patterns. Your parents, your grandparents were going to school, and then they start doing the rat race, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, working, and so on. And then your parents going to work, and then going the rat race, going home, work, home, work, home, work, home. And what is the pattern for you to do now? Is again going to school, or finish the school, and going to work, home, work, home, work, home, work, home. Or you can stop that rat race and start doing something different. But when you start doing something different, you will see the difference in your life, and you will see how the things will start becoming real. How your dream life will start becoming more and more reality. And the path to success is to take massive determined actions, right? So now you watch the video, you like it, you don't like it, whatever situation it is right now with you, sitting on and watching this video on the other side of the computer. But the next steps is taking your actions, because your actions will make or lead you to success. You cannot just take the information and the same as reading the book, close the book and think, oh, I'm going to be successful. No, your next steps are the actions, and the actions you will make will determine what success you will achieve. In Skyway Invest Group, it's simple. Ask for the referral link, make your registration to become a SWIG member. It's for the first, right? And it's for free. It does not cost you anything. Even if you want to register your company and buy like a website, you have to pay for it. Here, you don't have to pay for anything. Accept a business partnership and purchase your EIP, so Education Information Product. Start with minimum $50. As I said, $50 can change your life. Whether you decide to go out today for the dinner, or you save that money and you invest in your education, that's your decision, but make the right decision. The third thing is learn about the business inside and out. So basic trainings from the leaders is for free. Obviously, Master Prof is different, but basic steps should be provided by your leaders on one-to-one or maybe in a group. Make a contact list of at least 300 people and start a conversation, which also doesn't cost you anything. And I believe that there are tons, like hundreds of millions of people who would potentially be interested to change their life or to improve their life. Do 5 presentations a day, which also is for free. You know, you can invite people for the coffee, go to meet them in the park, or invite them to the office. If you have one in your region, it does not cost you anything. Ask for the promo code and secure your space at the Master Profit training, which is the level 1. It costs $260 if you ask for the promo code, otherwise $350. Attend all the company's training events and big conferences. Well, here it is. Like, obviously, if the event and big conference is happening in your city, it's going to be for free. But like KL event, like in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, yeah, it's not for free, but it's still investment in yourself, because you will learn the latest news of the Skava Invest Group companies. The CEO will share the latest news. You will learn about the different topics will be discussed, and the training will be given by the leaders for those who have achieved this certain ranks, high ranks in the company. So it's not going to be just a chit-chatting. It will be a proper training that for the first time we want to give for everyone in the company. And also to help others to make the legacy, which is also for free, right? So just share the information, help those people to get what they want, so you can make a legacy and get what you want. So decision time. It's that time that you have to make decision. It's the time that you have to think about your life, where you are, where you want to be, and then decide what is your lifetime. This is my story I wanted to share, but I think I have taken a lot of time already. But my ex-lifetime was the same as any other ordinary people's lifetime. Go to school, finish the school, find a job, working for 49 years approximately, because retirement here in London is 67. Enjoy maybe another 6 years, then you're 73. You know how your health will be at that time, and then, you know, at certain age, obviously, you pass away. So that's what the system, lifetime system we have for most of the people, for average people. But I don't like that lifetime. I decided to change it. And as I said, after the Skava Invest Group, I changed my life. I quit my job at the age of 28. So I was working only for 10 years. And now I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So I have fun. You know, I'm doing what I love, and I'm having a fun, and I'm traveling around the world and being able to see my family. I'm developing new skills. I'm developing myself. I unlock different potentials I have in myself and different passion I might have. I'm enjoying what I do, and I'm helping others to do the same. So by age of 35, I want to retire. But after 35, I want to keep doing what I'm doing right now, because what I'm doing, as I said, I'm enjoying. So now the 44 years, so 51 year, I'm going to be enjoying doing what I love, instead of for 49 years doing the work and the job just to pay my bills. You understand? So this is the lifetime I want. This is a very good lifetime for me. And you need to rewrite your story. You need to rewrite your lifetime to find the journey that you want to go. Because I said, not the destination, not the retirement is the destination, but the journey we go to get to that retirement age, right? So the journey is what we need to enjoy. So it's up to you what decisions you make today, guys. But thank you for your attention, and I really hope you get some valuable information out of this presentation. Ask me questions, go back to the person who shared this video with you, but please go back to my exercises. Do that first. Do the exercise, look at once again, your real life and the dream life, and think whether you can get there on your own, whether you can get there in a short time of period, or it would take you years to get there, and then decide, you know, what you want to do about your life. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.